Recently, a member of my Discord server got in touch telling me about a strange but interesting detail he found whilst playing Little Nightmares that he had not seen anyone talk about before. It involves the mysterious villain of the game known as the Lady. He also used the words camera and trickery, which instantly got me curious, and after checking it out, I just had to include this in a video. I'm going to be showing what he found later on, but first, it got me thinking. What other details could have been missed whilst playing Little Nightmares? If you do enjoy the video, it would be awesome if you could give it a like and maybe also subscribe for more content like this in the future. Alright, so we are here at the start of the game as Six, who wakes up in a suitcase, and on the suitcase there are two pictures which I was interested in taking a closer look at. The one on the left is of two birds, though I'm not entirely sure what this picture is a reference to. The one on the right, however, now we can see it clearly, is a picture of the game The City of Metronome, also created by Tarsier Studios. This picture can also be found again in one of the secret gnome locations, and it also seems the character in the picture can be found in the chapter select screen. Some of you eagle-eyed viewers may have already noticed that earlier. However, those are not the only references to games from the same studio. In a different secret location, this machine can be found in the darkness on top of a wooden box, a reference to the PlayStation VR exclusive Static. Just taking a quick look at our character Six. First of all, the flame on the lighter isn't just one flame that flickers, it is in fact two separate flames flashing very quickly, a neat little developer trick that works very well. I couldn't help but notice whilst taking a closer look at Six's face that her eyes appear to be very glazed compared to characters in most video games. It really does give her that look of being a lost soul, or maybe I'm just looking way too much into that. One thing I definitely did look into is the awesome amount of detail that gets added to Six whilst travelling through the different environments, that are very easy to miss. For instance, her feet get dirty, incredibly dirty. Drop into the black goo with a little less impact and you won't be too badly covered. However, drop in with a little more force going face first into the goo and you'll end up covered head to toe. A little out of bounds detail now, which by the way I will cover more of these in an upcoming video, so stay tuned for that if you do want more Little Nightmares content. But did you ever wonder who was spying on us from behind this door? I bet you never guessed that it's something that resembles a giant potato, or maybe a body bag with some odd strapping compared to what we normally see on the others. Whatever it is, I for one didn't expect this. For me, the creepiest character is the janitor. He just gives me the heebie-jeebies. And I had no idea he actually has a name. In fact, he is wearing a name badge. Something that I totally missed on my first playthrough. It's also kinda strange that it's here, as it doesn't appear on the concept art, so seems like an afterthought. Except as far as I'm aware, there are no other names or literature for that matter that appear in the game. Though I may be wrong on that, and feel free to leave a comment if you have spotted anything else that I may have missed. Did you ever notice the pattern on the rear wall of the elevator in Chapter 5? Well, I took a closer look and there's more going on here than meets the eye. Check it out because this is pretty awesome, and this symbol also appears on the wallpaper next to another pattern in Chapter 2. So here we have the eye in the centre, Six on the outside with what looks like it could be smoke we see swirling around at the end of the game, along with the gnomes. Then on the other side we have the eye again, but this time with the lady and some smoke. The janitor and something that could represent the moor itself in the ocean. Now, I don't know who came up with this pattern, but when I first took a closer look at it, I almost spat my coffee out. What an amazing detail to include in the background design. I certainly don't want to talk about wallpaper design too much, but there is another pattern I found that I'm pretty sure can't be seen anywhere during normal gameplay, so just had to show it. There's only one place it can be found, and it's hidden behind this screen panel wall in the large dining room. Now, the vibe I'm getting from this is a rather sinister one, which is possibly why it was covered up. Whilst here in the dining room, there is another detail that's particularly difficult to see, if not impossible due to the camera depth of field. It's this large wall covering. What its meaning is, I don't know. Possibly symbolising that the moor is like a pyramid with the overlady at the top looking down on the different classes of beings below. Possibly one of my favourite secret details is just after the library we enter this room with the TV. When we turn it on, Roger comes walking in. However, before it's too late, keep pressing the switch and there are several other channels including this one. It shows a rather sinister looking character looking over a child on a bed. Could this be an Easter egg reference in the 2014 film The Babadook? Last but not least, we're going to take a look at the reason I came to make this video, which is the mystery that was brought to me by Ant-Man on my Discord server, so big shout out to him for finding this one in the first place. Ant-Man left me a message stating that he'd found something that he hasn't seen anyone talking about before, which involved the main villain in the game, the lady, and also the chapter select screen. Whilst he was here, he was curious to find out what was beyond the doorway of the room where we could select Chapter 5. Unfortunately, there's no way to do this whilst on this room. However, Ant-Man found that by doing a little camera manipulation, whilst on Chapter 4, he was able to see into the doorway. And here is what he found. After a bit of work, I managed to unhook the camera and take a look around, and indeed the lady is stood just outside, and it seems that while she is turning around, her mask isn't bound to her. Therefore, we get a good view of her face. The question is, why is she here? Maybe at one point she was supposed to be inside the room but then moved and forgotten about. It would certainly be interesting to find out one way or the other. So there we go, what a great find by Ant-Man. Thank you for bringing this to my attention, and also it's a bit of a mystery to end the video on. Huge thank you to my members and Patreon supporters. Again, don't forget to subscribe if you're wanting to see more Little Nightmares content, as it's going to be coming soon. In the meantime, feel free to come and join me on Discord or Twitter, or one of the social media sites listed in the description. However, until next time, that is it, have fun, and as always, take care people.